This is your summer rundown 180. Let's get it. All right, everybody, welcome back to the rundown summer edition. I think this is the second one, but this is officially kind of the summer episode though, because like
this is the first official summer
yeah.
episode where we have all the shows from the rundown on it.
Yeah. And I know that if y'all haven't been listening, you know, you're probably wondering, yo, what's the other show that we got going on?
You should already know. Come on, don't be dumb, guys. Don't be dumb. We grew up with this generation. The last thing we're gonna do is not finish one of them, okay? Some of us maybe took a little bit longer to get there, alright?
Yeah. I don't think he's not talking to me.
Bleach is turning out to be a real classic here. I'm talking about myself on that one. But Bleach is turning out to be a real classic, and even with all the filler that we previously had, a lot of that is now slowly being turned into canon thanks to 1000-Year Blood War. And honestly, I can say the smart choice was waiting all this time before they started cooking, because my god, the heat.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, it's been a long ass time now since the last season. I looked it up, and apparently we was on like episode, I think the last Cour started in episode 88 of our podcast. And look at us now, we're on 180. So it's been roughly 100 weeks, right?
And we've also gone weekly, so we've slowed down the amount of episodes that there actually are.
That is true. And then well, I mean, we never did miss a rundown, technically, I don't think, but so it still should be accurate. It should still be, it may not be 100 weeks, but it's probably 1.5 years at least since we've had Bleach.
Easy.
So I think it was summer of whatever.
24.
Yeah. So it's been a long ass time. I actually had to go watch the last episode because I was like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we got Bleach joining this time. Only one episode though. We also got it's the Calamity, by the way, the final Cour of Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. We got Daemons of the Shadow Realm, episode 15 and 16. And we got One Piece Elbaph Arc, episode 1170 and 1171. So yeah, we got a pretty stacked lineup this time, even though it's basically all sequels at this point, if you want to count Shadow Realm being, you know, the second Cour. But you know, I feel like they're all pretty good in their own way. So, but
Oh, definitely. I mean, each of them brings their own kind of style, right? I mean, One Piece has obviously evolved so much over the years. Bleach has a very concrete idea from the beginning. I mean, the story was written 20 years ago at this point, Tyler, right? So,
yeah.
like, it's not nothing new. It's still a product of its age, right? And then you have Shadows, which literally brings out more of like that whole slice of life, more grounded kind of a take on an anime and stuff like that. If you really think about one Full Metal Alchemist, right, it was definitely more grounded in its take compared to a lot of the rest of the animes that were premiering around that time. It didn't just delve in on the action and stuff like that and the shonen that a lot of those other shows do.
Yeah. So, you know, I think we're blessed right now, honestly. We're doing a good job right now with all the anime coming out, all the different stuff. And honestly, I'm gonna be sad now when when Bleach finally wraps up, because then we ain't gonna have anything else. So
That is true, right? But
he,
what was that one short that we watched? You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
burn the witch.
Yeah. Maybe he actually can finally work on that now.
That's true, but I also heard that he wants to work on,
More
like,
Bleach.
yeah, the after whatever Bleach that I have not read. So
The Hell Arc, I believe it
yeah,
was.
so I think he wants to work on that. I don't know. I would love to see more Burn the Witch though. That shit was so fun. Even though it's been such a long time, we need more. But
Yeah, it was a really cool concept. Everything
mm,
about it.
yeah. Well, with that being said, Nam, are you ready?
Let's let's take it away
Okay.
with Daemons of the Shadow Realm, episode 15. Yuru and Danji. And this one starts off with Yuru in his sad boy era. He's out there on a mountaintop, overlooking the world, pondering his life. Um, Basically, though, he is sitting on top of like a hill, and he's kind of just looking down, and he's thinking all about everything that he's learned about Danji and the past that he has shared with him over the years and stuff like that. How he feels he's been betrayed. Um, and while he's up there, the dog comes up there to ruin his sad boy era, make him stop being so emo. We even get a flashback of some of the moments with Danji, and that's when Yuru's like, "All right, you know what? Maybe I've been a little harsh on him. I should probably stop." So he goes back down. Right, Danji's gone.
it's
He
it's it's
he just pieced.
yeah, but it's funny though. It's like I expected Yuru to go after him, but they acted like he had been gone for a while now. But then, like, we realized that he actually didn't get very far. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, I feel like he should like go to him and like talk to him, right?
I can see where the argument could be made to do that, but I also understand where he's at now of not doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He basically he's trying to give um Yuru that space without necessarily coming out saying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But letting him know that he's still there and stuff like that. Because he did say he was going out there to find the fake Asa since he did sense her presence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daemons are pairs, so it only makes sense.
Yeah, and that also worries me too because he's going after the fake Asa by himself, or it was by himself until the dog
The
people,
alien Daemons.
yeah, the alien Daemons,
That's what
uh
they are. I'm calling them aliens. You can't
yeah.
convince me otherwise.
So they, like I said, they found Donji, right? And then it was like, oh yeah, we'll go help you find your other
Your other
half or
half.
whatever. But they don't realize who's got them. You know what I mean? Like, we know who's got them. So I really don't think that they are capable of going
They're most
against
definitely
him.
not capable. I can assure you of that one, Tyler.
And I feel like that they are gonna meet some unfortunate fates if they keep going down the path that they're going.
They're gonna
So
find fucking Katana guy.
yeah, it's unfortunate because that doggy, he just needs to live the best life, and the aliens just want friends, and they're gonna die because they want friends.
Sadly, yes.
It's
Um,
tragic, man.
which also that does bring up a good point though. Like the aliens decided to leave, and then literally the next frame is them meeting up with Danji.
Yeah.
Just that fast.
Yeah,
Um,
he's literally just wandering around like in like shouting distance of the meeting place that they was at or whatever. I was like, what in the world?
yeah.
Poor Yuru.
Um, so for the next part though, Dara ends up getting home and he sees Oshira-sama literally just hanging out. They're enjoying a very lovely episode of Full Metal Alchemist in the background and eating their hot pot
I didn't
without
think
Dara.
I didn't think they was gonna take it that far, Nam. It's just
Honestly, it was the most fucked up episode too, because like it was literally Nina and the dog.
before.
Oh, that's what I said. Nina and the
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you gotta
Not
be
not
concise
not
with words
Nina
here.
the dog.
Because Nina and the dog could mean the after version too. You know what I mean?
No, that's Nina the dog.
But it
You lose
was
the
messed
and
up.
in there.
They forced the doggy to watch it.
Well, they didn't show that scene, right? So I'll give them that part, but they did do something else rather clever, actually, which is where they were all kind of like talking, and Yuru says something to Dara because Dara obviously he went and seen Jin.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that they were talking not only about Yuru's parents, but they exchanged some information too.
Mm-hmm.
And it pans to the background, and then the guy on the TV says something like, "I'm sick
Yeah.
of, people like you."
Yeah, I love
And it
that.
just perfectly fit in with the actual anime.
You know,
Uh,
I didn't read ahead this far in the manga, but I'm almost wondering if that was in the manga or if like they put it in as like a little you know, Easter egg kind of thing. You know what I
I,
mean? Like
I
fun
bet
little
you,
thing.
no, I bet you, aside from like him saying that, I bet you they probably showed a snippet of Full Metal in the background somewhere.
And then they just did it all.
Like,
They made it come to life even more
yeah, they
here.
actually just played like a fucking episode.
I love it. I mean, I didn't like, you know, them making the dog watch Nina and the dog, you know, on the screen. I thought that was kind of messed up, but it is pretty clever to what they're doing with, you know, Full Metal here and there. So they
Yeah.
know people who's watching this are Full Metal fans, and I hope that we get some like main characters popping up like in something like that. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool.
It would be. They're
Yeah.
probably saving that for like a really big reveal, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. A big screen TV too, maybe. Got to put it on the big screen, right?
Exactly.
But I do
But
think that the mangaka, I don't think she likes dogs. I really don't.
I think she does, and she probably had like a terrible experience when she was younger, and so she taps into that when writing and can draw some really fucked up things.
Like even when Yuru was like petting the one little doggy, you know, he was doing it very aggressive. And I was
Yeah,
like, that's pets you do for like 150-pound dogs. And this is a little Frenchie.
it's not like Yuru knows any better.
He's just
To
like,
him, it's just a dog.
he's just like, yes, boy.
But yeah, so there was also another scene, right? Because obviously with all this information being spread around,
Mhm.
Yuru and Dara, they start plotting how they're gonna actually like do everything, right? They start exchanging information and whatnot. Um and then the scene when they were all like literally in the room, they're showing like right, left, Dara, Yuru, they all have got red eyes and it's all pitch black, but then you like pan out and it's just them in his room and the lights are off.
Then you pan out even more, and Hana's just like, la 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 la.
Don't listen if you don't want to get dragged into that.
I love Hana.
That was pretty great. Um, but no, so it turns out though Asa is drawing for Hikaru, the mangaka, but all she's drawing is Yuru. Like there's like 50 Yurus on the one screen panel.
He's like all. He's like the whole background is Yuru.
um, so he decides to step away, get some coffee. He ends up running into one of the captives, right? And he ends up like roping her into being one of his assistants. This is
Hey.
actually where we learn more about the Kagemori clan in general. Uh, Turns out actually they do a lot of really big humanitarian efforts. Like they even have an orphanage that they run.
There's reasons,
That's
probably.
I mean, more than likely, but at the same time, you still need a front to be able to kind of launder all of your other activities, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So even still though, you're benefiting a lot of like a huge demographic of people that typically don't get represented that well. And if you're able to better the lives of those children even through your other nefarious means, like it's actually kind of cool for them.
Yeah,
I
except for
don't
the
hate them
fact
as
that
much.
they're basically raising an army.
Well, that doesn't mean that they're raising an army.
I mean, they said. I mean, what's his name? I don't remember who it was, but he was like, "Yeah, man, I was they raised me to be a foot soldier of the or whatever. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, he's happy about
Yeah.
it too. You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not always gonna be like nasty, evil things that they're having to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, it doesn't seem like the Kagemoris are necessarily evil in that sense.
But at some
Um,
point, that's brainwashing, right?
no, I mean, it's not like they're under any kind of duress or abuse.
No, but they're just led falsely, probably. Then they're too far gone after they realize what they're in for. I think so.
I think that they're just grateful to the people who helped them and
It is
want to pay
true.
them back by working for them.
I mean, that is true too. I feel like there's better ways, probably, of paying people back. Probably.
I don't know. I mean, again, they helped you out. Why not join them and try and help someone else out?
Yeah, I mean, valid points.
Um, Regardless, though, despite all of this, the head of the Kagemoris, Gonzo and Gabby, they both end up leaving with two of that one guy's siblings, as they have caught wind that somebody is trying to get Yuru, and
Mm.
they are not happy about that.
I
Turns
thought it
out
was
that they're actually trying to help him out because obviously Asa,
yeah.
um, which is pretty cool though. All the same.
Yeah. I also thought it was funny the reason why they left Asa there, and not taking her with them. It was like, yeah, she's unstable right now because all she's doing is saying I'm what's she saying? Like, I miss my brother or I want to see my brother.
I want to see my brother. I want to see my brother. I want to see my brother.
That's all she's saying while she's drawing Yuru. So I mean, she's pretty unstable right now. I feel like if you put her in position to save, like, go to save Yuru, it's probably gonna go bad. So
Oh yeah, most definitely.
whereas Gabby, on the other hand, I need more Gabby. I need more Gabby. I need more Gabby.
Well, good news for you, Tyler. She went on this mission, okay?
Hopefully, we get to see her.
Um,
Gobble, gobble.
but anyways, they end up leaving, so it's now at night. and Yuru is across from the factory that they're supposed to meet at when a daemon ends up pinning him down from behind. He does not sense this daemon at all. Neither does right or left. So he does the only sensible thing that he can think of, and he shouts to Dara to save him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give it to Dara. He's got a really fast shot. The problem is that the daemon ends up nabbing Yuru and running away, even though he's being chased by Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ends up getting to inside this building where he gets teleported away.
Yeah. So
Who can teleport?
well, it's funny you should ask because it's the guy that is kind of like the main villain as of right now, the sword dude,
Yep.
the big baddie.
Even more interesting from there is where Yuru ends up being. We have seen this daemon before, only briefly, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the daemon, one of the daemon pairs of Asuma, who is not the sword guy from Naruto. Calm down, guys. He's a sword guy from Shadows. um,
Wait, that's not the sword guy. That's the butterfly dude, right?
well, yeah, but he
Asuma?
also has a sword.
Does he have a sword? I didn't know
He
his
does have a
sword.
sword.
I just
Yeah,
know he's the one that looks like
of the three brothers, he actually carries a sword.
he's the one that never opens his eyes. Like he looks like um shit I forget his name. It's somebody from Bleach. He literally looks just like him, kind of. But anyways, yeah,
Um,
the butterfly dude.
yes, the butterfly dude and his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And during all of this, um, the uncle's like, maybe I should reveal my daemons. Nah, not right now. I wonder what kind of daemons that guy has, right?
Yeah, I
Because
think
it's
it's
interesting.
yeah, I think it's smart though that he decided not to, especially considering that Yuru was analyzing the other Damon and stuff, and he figured it out. He's like, yeah, you should probably stop blabbing, and I'm not gonna say anything. I like
Yeah.
that.
But back in the warehouse, right, left, and Dara, they confront the sword guy who instantly recognize the swords as being daemons, right? And he calls out to right and left, and he is like, how'd you guys form a contract with Yuru? You guys are like his enemies. Especially you, Left. If you're around, we won't be able to get Seal at all.
Yeah, that's
Time to get rid of
interesting.
you.
That is an interesting conversation that happened because like I didn't think about that, because the god or whatever they have the ability to not give it to him, and I guess it's true kind of, right? Probably, maybe. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with left and right as his daemons. So
Yeah. That was all we had for episode 15, though.
yes.
Real good episode, all the same.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Anything else that you want to talk about with that one?
No, I think that's it. The mangaka, I really don't think she likes dogs or something. It has to be, bro.
I'm pretty sure she still does, but
But I will
it
say they do know how to draw. They do have a very good imagination, and they know how to make up and create daemons and like magical beings and monsters or whatever, you know what I mean? And they're awesome. So
I can definitely agree with you on that one.
mm-hmm.
Uh So, for that being said, we'll get to episode 16, Kagemori and Shingo. And without wasting any time at all, we instantly get right into the fight between Left and the sword guy. Even though Left broke the sword, right? It actually regenerated,
Of
which I
course.
was not expecting, but at the same time makes sense. It is a Daemon.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. Like I was kind of hyped though, because I was like, okay, Left's kind of a badass. She talked big and she backed it up, and then it was like, oh, it doesn't even matter. This guy's legit. So
Yeah. Um, but from there, the sword ends up actually cutting Left. And that just cuts her arm off.
yeah, I was very surprised. Was you? What about you, Nom?
Yes, very surprised. But the thing is that she wasn't freaking out, right? Blood wasn't gushing out everywhere. She was just like, hey, take me to a hardware store after this.
Take me to Home Depot, bro.
And Dara's like, why? She was like, you have adhesive for stones, right? You just glue my arm back on, dummy.
Yeah, just put some concrete on there or something.
Right comes out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, we're just made out of stone.
I was kind of expecting like her to regenerate too or something, but
That would be too cheap in OP, right? Like,
yeah, but
you're supposed to be this like watcher over everything, and you literally just regenerate your abilities as well as be able to stop these amazing powers.
Yeah, it's interesting though because all we've seen from left and right is literally like hand to hand combat. You know, I don't think we've seen like them use their like powers yet, right?
Not in the same sense that we've seen like
Hello, Daemons.
well, I'd even say not like we've seen Asa use break, right?
Yeah.
Because Asa did use break earlier on.
So it's interesting. I guess are they waiting for Yuru to awaken? Maybe.
No, I think ultimately they've just never gotten into a situation where they needed to use their abilities yet like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's now. To be honest with you.
Well, you have to build up the suspense, right?
Yeah,
So
of
like
course, yeah.
the next episode might be when we finally get to see them do that.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you're right, yeah.
it also depends too, because like again, they're the counter to it. It remains to be seen, like how are they countering it, right? Does one of them have the ability to seal when one breaks? Does one have the ability to break when one seals?
Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to, but we just don't know how it really works, you know? So,
But that aside, we can always theory craft a little bit later on.
when we get a little bit
Uh,
more information.
Wright ends up smelling some blood, and he ends up smelling blood from people from Higashi Village. More importantly than that, though, he smells the blood of Yuru's parents.
This is very concerning
Very.
because this dude is a madman. And now, Rod is smelling, Yuru's parents on him, and they ask about it, and he literally just like jokes around about it. So you're almost he knows if he did or not. You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
Most definitely. I think what it is though is that he's also feeding off of it because he knows that he can get them to react based around how he's reacting, and that's ultimately what they're after.
So it's gonna be interesting, like how all this plays out, like how they know everyone and how they're involved and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting.
Very interesting. Um, but from there, we go back to the meeting with Asuma, and they're trying to actually convince Yuru to join the Shingo clan. Turns out that the uncle is actually from the Shingo clan originally, and he's been trying to play some mind games with Yuru here, right? Like, he's sitting down on the ground with him, he's just chatting with him, and he's like, hey, you remember that shaman? He was the one actually sending the bandits to you all this time. And your buddy Dara, why do you think he visits him all the time? Okay, that's a lot. All right. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, no. It's like this show does a really good job at like trying to confuse you. And it's doing a good job. Like I said, it's doing a really good job because right now I don't know who the good guy is. And I feel like they're wanting you to feel like Yuru, and I feel like Yuru's feeling like that right now. He has no idea who the good guy
oh yeah.
is. Donji just he feels betrayed by Donji. You know, the only people he thought he could trust was like, you know, fake Asa, and Dara and Hana, right? And now he's learning that Dara is part of the people who kind of want him whatever, you know, and Asa, fake Asa is the other part of Donji, you know, all like his whole world's falling apart. He just, I feel bad for him, honestly. So,
Me too. No, me too. It's not a very easy thing to have to continue dealing with stuff like that and
mm-hmm.
be able to push on. But another thing too is we don't actually have the confirmation at this time that Dara even actually is one of them yet.
Yeah, we just have to trust or whatever, and whatever these dudes are saying, you know, we don't know them. They may be telling the truth and they may just be bullshitting, you know, we don't know that.
Exactly. Um, but from there, the offer is now out there, and Yuru's like, "Look, I already told you, just like at the Kagemori Mansion. I just want a normal life, man. I want to find my parents. I want to free my sister, and we all just have a happy-go-lucky life."
I want to work the fields.
And it's nice that like Yuru is still staying with like his own conviction after all of this, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
in the face of certain danger, he's just like, nah, dude, I already told you. I just want a normal life. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Um
Well, good for him though, you know, good for him.
Absolutely. But we go back to the sword guy, and Wright ends up telling Dara, get out of here, go find Yuru, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he does. He runs out of there. He ends up blinding the sword guy at first. So it kind of helps out right and left. As he's out there, he ends up running into a bandit. Turns out this bandit actually happens to know Yuru quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And they start exchanging information. Bandit ends up calling Yuru out, and Yuru's like, yeah, I'm not really betraying, but I am kind of keeping some secrets from the kid.
And
But if you back off, we don't have to fight.
and see, like it's conversations like this that, and they skillfully put it in there, and you're like, wait a minute.
Maybe Dara really is actually one of these guys.
Yeah, maybe Dara is the bad guy, you know, or one of the bad guys, right? And like they put it in there, and it's so like soft, you know what I mean? It's just right there, and like it just makes you think about it, and I that's what they're trying to do, you know what I mean? They're trying to make you confused. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the best stories, that's how they
mhm,
go.
yeah, so I kind of like that because we literally don't know, you know, who we should trust right now. So, And that's crazy. Even since we're like 16 episodes into the first season. So
Yeah. um but yeah, Dara ends up teaming up with this bandit, and this bandit ends up using some daemons that he's got. Uh Bowleg and Chicken Feet. I'm not even making it up. That's actually the daemons' names. Um
It looked fun too, by the way.
a little bit. But we learn at this point too that Dara can obviously see Daemons no problem, and that he must have had Daemons at some point in the past. And the bandit's like, "Why don't you strike a new deal?" And Dara's like, "You know what? Maybe if the time's right." Uh, what's more interesting though is that we learn nothing previously about what Daemons Dara did have. He makes no mention of them at all.
Which kind of makes sense because Dara likes to keep his shit under wraps, you know?
Like, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. He don't
And
like giving out information on himself unless it's absolutely necessary. So
he did admit that he does have some secrets still.
yeah, a lot of secrets. Even
Um
from his wife.
but so anyways, right and left though, they're continuing on with their fight. They're still in the dark. And the sword guy's like, "All right, I need to get out of here." So he ends up distracting both of them. He runs up, cuts a way through the roof, and escapes.
Mm-hmm.
We then get a pretty awesome fight scene where we see not only right drop kick left, but then we also seen him start to fight the sword guy, and he ends up taking like a chunk out of his abdomen, but right ends up just shattering the blade afterwards.
Yeah, because he's got abs of steel.
Little abs of rock, rather.
uh,
And at this point though, they're kind of like, standing apart from each other, and then the quiet blade starts talking, and he tells him that something bad has shown up.
mm-hmm.
And my god, Tyler, this was the scene.
We didn't
we,
know.
we see two guys backs away from the street, they're just talking, and all of a sudden there's Gonzo. "Hey guys, is this the Shingo shopping facility or shipping facility?" One of the guys gets on the phone. He's like, "Hey, send some men. We got the Kagegori clan leader over here, Kagemori."
Mm.
Um, and as he's doing that, Gonzo sends the other guy through the building. He then decides to lay the fuck out of everyone.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
This man is moving around like he is a 19-year-old who just won the heavyweight championship. He is throwing hands. He is just very spry, hopping up all over the place. Not only that, right? We finally see he's got like this centipede and millipede daemon that comes down his arms and gives him like this extra power in his punches. And he's got these two daemons that are circling around above him.
Mm-hmm.
And then as more people come out, he just ends up bringing out even more daemons. He had so many of them, Tyler. Wright's even like, it seems like the whole Kagemori castle is on the move right now.
Yeah. I didn't know it was possible to have that many Daemons. The most we've seen in this show is 2 pairs, and that was with Asa. And I thought that was just because, she's special. You know what I mean? Like she's got the special twin powers or whatever. And then we see this dude, and he's got like at least 30. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, bro, like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Yes, and they're all varying sizes too. That's the crazy part, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a whole bunch of really, really small people. You got people that are like gigantic. You got people that are like very, very mid and stuff like that. It's all over the place.
What makes it even funnier too is the police guy or whatever. He's like, yeah, I think I need some time off. I need to go home early today because I'm seeing shit.
Hello, boss. I'm hallucinating. Can I take some time off? It's like, what are you doing? Quit slacking off. Get back to work.
Wake up. Shit. Do your job.
Like, if you only saw what we just dealt with.
They're gonna see. They're gonna see tomorrow when they get there.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, what did you see, man? He's like, I told you.
But no, so as the new assistant though, back to the mangaka, as the assistant goes to leave Asa alone, she's actually confronted by the bald Kagemori guy. And it just so happens that he has a crowbar behind his back, and he's talking about how assassins are on the prowl, asking if Asa needs somebody to stay with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so he inches his way ever closer the entire time. And it looks like he's getting ready to probably try swinging on her.
Yeah, but I think this is a setup. I think that he's not actually trying to hurt Asa. I think that it's just making it look like that. And I think that he's gonna attack something else that is by Asa for whatever reason. That's what I think. This game, this show is good at misdirection. I think this is one of the misdirections. So
It would be interesting.
do you
Regardless,
do you think he's gonna actually like attack her?
it's tough to say. I mean, he seemed very, very interested once he knew that Gabby wasn't going to be there. And even though he knew that Gabby wasn't there, he still asked her about Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me think that he sees like a golden opportunity, and now he's just trying to play dumb to get close to her.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is like he knows about her powers, and he brings a crowbar. You know what I mean?
If she lets down her guard just long enough, takes advantage of it.
I mean, maybe I don't see it because her guard's not down right now. So, you know what I mean?
It's not, but if he was an actual like villain per se,
Yeah,
right?
assassin, right? Yeah,
He wouldn't have even gotten that close.
True.
And
I'm
for
just
all
very
we
skeptical.
know, that might be all he needs.
Yeah.
No, you have a good theory, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's just strange too that if he was there to help, you'd figure he'd be a little bit more vocal about, hey, yeah, there are assassins lurking about. There may even be some in here.
Yeah, I mean, that is unless he's trying to hide it from them too or something like that and not let them know that he's onto them. I don't know. But maybe the dude's just like very bad at like communication. You know, I think a lot of the Kagemoris are very bad at communication is what it seems like. So who knows? Guess we'll find out next episode.
You might be onto something there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're very bad. They're very bad at communication. That's what I've learned so far. Actually, everyone is. Everyone in this damn show is bad at communication. So
yeah,
except for Asa. I think Asa's pretty good. She says what she needs. She says what she needs to communicate.
She's only saying one thing. I want my brother. I want Yuru.
That's communication, though, Dom.
It's the only thing she's communicating. That's not real communication.
That's the only thing she wants. But yeah, fun episode though. I feel like we're finally getting somewhere. I think we're getting to a fun time. So hopefully.
Yes, me too.
All right.
All right, that is all I have for Daemons, though.
Alrighty. I guess it's time to move on to Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War, the Calamity, which is the final cour of the Bleach anime as of right now.
At least the final cour of the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, we might get other stuff later down the line, but for now, I'm really hoping. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm really hoping we get to see like the little like after stuff after 1,000-Year Blood War is over, but that might be in like episode 10 or whatever. They might include that. I don't know, but if not, I'd love to see like a OVA kind of thing. But anyways, episode 1, the God of Thunder. So we was talking about earlier, it's been a long time since the last season of this shit. So like I had to go, I don't know about Nam, but I had to go back and watch, like skim through the last episode because I was like, what the hell did we even like, what even happened? Where did we leave off at? What was going on? Did you have to do that, Nam?
I did not.
Okay. So I watched like 90 seconds of the new episode and I'm like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like what's going on? And I read 1,000-Year Blood War, but that's been like 6-7 years ago. So but so a quick little recap of kind of what was going on. I guess the end of the last season, what's happening now or whatever. So basically Ichigo and Yuryu, they started fighting back then. But then Yuryu Ishida, he swapped sides and he's like, okay, now I'm on your side. I want to kill Yuabaha now. And then after he decided he wanted to do that and he was telling Ichigo to go home or whatever, then Jugram showed up. It's like, yeah, well, I seen your little plan, you little traitor bitch boy person, and I'm gonna kill you now. I'm gonna make you suffer. And by the way, Ichigo can't go home because I seen your plan and I destroyed the way home. Even though Ichigo was never gonna go home. Just so you know.
Zero intention.
And so since Jugram showed up, Jugram and Ishida, they started fighting, and Ishida's like, yo, Ichigo, y'all need to go try to kill Yuabaha because he's asleep right now and he's less powerful because the almighty power is in Jugram right now, the other half, right? So, and at the same time, while he was sleeping, we had a band of Quincy's. I don't know if you remember that or not, but they decided to, rebel against Yuabaha. They decided to try to attack him and kill him while he's sleeping. And they all died for that.
Yeah, it did not go very well for them.
So even though he was sleeping and Jugram has all the powers right now, he's still pretty strong. So, and the Quincy's was not able to do anything, like literally make a scratch on him. So, and then of course we had all the other battles that was happening. 1,000-Year Blood Wars was very famous for all the different battles taking place. It's literally all gas, no brakes. But that's one of the things that like I kind of dislike about 1,000-Year Blood War because it jumps all over the place all the time because it has so much happening. And even still, like the end of last season, even now, like we still have so much things happening at once, and they like to jump around a lot. So I'm sure we'll continue that into this season for a little while at least until we get to the main thing. So the main showdown, I guess you can say. But yeah,
Main showdown.
did I miss anything, Nom? Is there anything else noteworthy that we should mention?
No, I think that was That was a pretty good cover.
Where are we at on Eisen right now? I forget. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I know that he is a threat and that he is out there, but that is all that I know.
well, Eisen was, a prisoner, right? And then, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know, and I've read the manga, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to spoil things, but anyways, we'll see when we see it. Especially since Dom don't know, he cannot confirm or deny what I was gonna say, and I don't wanna make mistakes. So, but let's start with this new season. Let's start it off. So one thing I really loved is they started this off with like a bird's eye view of like flying around as they're going to the fight that they're gonna focus on or whatever. They was just like doing a little flying tour around like the whole palace, the whole castle thing, right? And like you could see like all the different battles taking place, and like even like people just laying there, like what's his name? What's the damn drunk dude's name? I like him so much. Do you remember his name, Num?
I do not.
Freaking
So you have the list at the top there.
yeah, oh, it's Shunsui. Shunsui. We even see like Shunsui like just laying there like half dead, right? So, well, by the way, all the characters ain't on the list. They're on the in the link because Bleach has a million characters, you know. So, a million literally. So, but I thought that was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun look on what's going on basically, kind of get you caught up because they didn't really do like a flashback on in this one. Like they didn't do like a recap. They only did like a couple minutes. It was more focused on like Ishida and Jugram and Ichigo. So uh which is where we're stopping at. Jugram and Ichigo. Because last time we seen he's got the powers and Yuabaha's sleeping. So um we go to their fight, Ishida and Jugram, and Ishida, like, he's just struggling so hard right now. Like he can't make any kind of progress because like the dude literally has the power of seeing the future. He knows what's gonna happen, and he's got the power to like overcome anything Ishida throws against him. And so like it makes me laugh because like Ishida really thought that he could go kill Yuabaha by himself, and he can't even like match Jugram, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. Like he's just getting handled. He actually got pinned down, and he gets stabbed a few times too, and like there's nothing he can do, and he's just like trying his best, and the dude's just like laughing at him. So this is actually when we see like a giant crack open up though. And everybody's like, what's this? Well, what's going on? Well, it's actually his majesty's true wish, Drugum says. And that is the annihilation of the three worlds to create one world for the Quincy's and only for the Quincy's. And that's what this crack is going to be. It's going to unleash this power to do all this. So, and this like kicks Ishida into action again. And he's like, I really need to get my shit together. And because now my list is growing, now I got to stop Jugram, and also got to find a way to close this damn hole before all the worlds get destroyed or whatever, right? And
Yep.
he's not like he says that he's gonna do all this shit, but I'm just not seeing a way that he can do it, to be honest with you.
It's definitely not going to be an easy fight for him.
Yeah, I think his ego's a little bit far out there. So we'll see what happens, but I just don't have faith in him. So, but like I said, at least he's trying for now. That's good enough, you know. Just hold his place while Ichigo does his magic. That's all we ask for. So, and speaking of Ichigo, Ichigo, Orihime, and Chad, they are heading up to Yubaha. Because they're trying to get to him while he's sleeping. That way they can finish him off because he's weaker right now. But they actually get ambushed by some statues. You could say sort of like left and right. You know, they're stone statues. But Chad actually is useful this time, and he actually saves them. Not that Ichigo and them needed saving, but I think Chad, they're doing a really good job at like giving Chad things to do and making him useful, because like without him being in the way, so I feel like him going with them to Yuabaha, he's just going to be in the way, because even though he's gotten stronger with whatever bullshit powers he obtained, he's still like nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still a limit to his abilities,
Yeah.
unlike what like the rest of the Soul Society can do.
Yeah, even Orihime, you know, Orihime, you know, she's got her own little thing going on. It's, you know, pretty high skilled or whatever, but like Chad is just like Chad. Like they literally paired him with Ganju, and like they're literally kind of the same level, right? And that's kind of bad if you're in like the main cast of the main group of like the hero party, right? So, but at least he gets to stay behind. He gets to help Ichigo still, you know, make sure his path is clear for him to come back through. So after he gets done beating up Yubaha.
Honestly, that's a pretty important role to have too.
Yeah. So somebody's got to do it, right? It might as well be Chad. He's got to do something, I guess. But he does look cool, though. I will give him that. He looks cool. So, but now we actually get to the main event of this episode. Was I saying Jugrim? Just okay. I just mistyped it. I put on here Jugrim versus Yuriichi, but that's not right. It's Knock.
This is not.
Yeah, it's Knock versus Yuriichi. It's the D. I think it's the D. Quincy. But as we've seen in the last season, they've been fighting for a minute, and you know, Knock is the dude with the poison. Like he can create immunity for all kinds of things, and he can create poisons and stuff like that. And the lethal dose or whatever, right? And he did that for Yuriichi, but she it wasn't able to kill her, even though he mixed it perfectly almost. She's just too strong. And right now they're trying, like, we come back to them and like they're both just laying there or whatever, because they're like on their last legs kinda. Yuriichi more so than Knock. But um it's it's kind of crazy though, because like Yuriichi, she has her brother, you know, who is not as strong as she is, and she looks over and sees him, and she's like, man, he's about to die, you know, like if I don't hurry up, my brother's gonna die, because he's not gonna make it through the poison, right? So she knows this. She knows she has to finish knock up fast, or she's gonna lose her brother, and maybe herself. So they gear up. They're fixing to start fighting again, even though she's like, she can't even hardly stand or whatever.
Yeah, she can't even move.
Yeah, she's just like trying her best just to just stand on all four. Yeah, hold herself up while she's on all fours. And but have no fear though. The man himself, Mr. Hat and Clogs, shows up. The first thing he says, I was like, damn, what an intro line. You've been dealt a fatal wedgie. while he's staring at her ass.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, this dude doesn't give a shit. He doesn't change. It doesn't matter if people's dead all around. The world's coming to an end like it is, and they're just in the worst shape possible. He still got time to crack a joke, you know? And I love that about him.
Tyler,
So,
I just need you to know this is where you insert the meme.
which one?
It should have been me.
I think Dan, I'm pretty sure Dan even put that in the Discord. He was like the new 1,000 Year Blood War episode, and then he put the Yu-Gi-Oh meme. It should have been me, not him. Dan is literally just Mr. Hattenclogs. You can't tell me otherwise. But Kisuke Urahara, being the legend that he is, he's always got a solution for every one of his problems, right? And
Of course.
right now, his problem is Yurichi is about dead. So a little pat on the ass, and she's all better now. I think that's insane, by the way. I don't know if they was cooking or cooking. You know what I mean?
I rewatched that episode twice, mind you. Because the first time I watched it, it was like I had just gotten to work. I still had about a half hour before we could even go in.
You didn't really process it, did you?
And I was watching, and I processed it right, but then the detail.
It's just like
the
jiggle.
So much detail.
the smack and the jiggle, and I'm like, bro, to freaking Studio Pire, like they put money into this
they
shit.
Cooked. They fucking cooked.
I want to know how much money they spent on that 5 seconds, bro.
There is no budget.
They do.
Some say they're still spending money on that scene to this day.
Oh man. But I loved it, obviously. Yurichi, she's my favorite Bleach character. But yeah, great. And I was like, I'm pretty sure like that didn't really, like, obviously that didn't really happen as vividly in the manga, right? But like it really happened on screen, and like you're just wondering, like I'm just wondering, even though I read the manga, I'm just wondering, like, how did the smack on her ass make her feel better? Like make her not dead, you know what I mean? And then it comes up and he's like, oh yeah, apparently he injected her with some kind of special concoction that he cooked up to give her to make her better for 5 minutes.
To try and make her resistant to the poison.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to cook. 5 minutes to deal with knock before it starts coming back or whatever. Like she's not gonna die, but like she's gonna get into a weakened state again or whatever. So, but even in her current state, even with the concoction that he cooked up, like it's pretty clear that she's not able to compete with Knock at this point. Like she tries and he just like counters her and like just absolutely like kind of shits on her and like disables her. And he's like, Yurichi, you should have listened. You should have got into the form when I told you to. And she didn't really want to because she hates that form. And it's kind of understandable why she hates that form after you see it. But then he gets the little notepad. It's like, you will transform after I turn this page. And he does, and she transforms. So
within a millisecond too. What did he show her?
Yeah, well, it's just that, like he says later on, like he has control over her, you know what I mean, like to an extent. So and this is showing that. And now she's in the Thunder God form, or like I forget he says the words, he says the name of it, but I call it the Thunder God form. But like I said, it's time for the God of Thunder to show up and save us all. That's what I've been saying this whole time while I've been waiting for Bleach. The Thunder God is going to save us all, and she's here. So, and we actually now, Nom, we actually finally get to see just a snippet of truly how badass Yurichi is. We already knew she was badass, right? But now we actually get to see how badass she is in her big bad form, right? Um, but I think the funniest part of this shit though, Nom, is like Kisuke, like he isn't even trying to fight, right? Like he's he's just like commentating basically and just running around and following Knock everywhere and just like talking shit to him as he's like getting shit on. And I love that. I'm just like, bro, dude's really a hater like that. He's a big troll. You know what I mean? And I love
Yep.
it.
Okay. Shunko, Raiju Senkei, Shunryu, Kokubuyu, sorry, Kokubyo Senki.
So basically something thunder.
Flash Warcry, Thunder Beast Battle Form, Flash God, Black Cat Warrior Princess.
That is a name that only Mr. Hattenclogs could come up with himself. Now y'all see why I call it the Thunder God form. The Thunder God cat form.
Well, because it is still, yes.
Yeah. So, oh, Mr. Hattenclogs. But yeah, what do you think about her new form? You think she's badass, or you think she's got a little bit more to show, or like you think this is it?
So first off, I don't think that they're actually even allowed to show more legally without increasing the age limit of the viewing.
It's on Hulu though. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. I promise you, it's not fine. You're gonna have to go to a different site if they decide to show more.
What about the little screen catch, the little chapter catch thing, right? That's a perfect copy of like the manga,
the chapter,
the chapter cover or whatever.
No. So what I will say though is the way how that whole battle scene played out. Again, my first time watching it, I didn't get like the finer details.
Mm-hmm.
So most of what I was doing was more engaged in the actual like combat and everything that was going on, and I don't think anything could have prepared me for that necessarily because it was like a complete 180 from everything that you had seen prior.
Mm-hmm.
And without even reading, right? Like there was a certain expectation that I had where basically she was just going to go into this form and she'd be a lot stronger and faster.
She is though.
And then she turns out to be like a literal fucking cat in this form. And I just fucking I start losing it. I'm like, are you serious? This is what we're doing. This is how this is going. But
we ain't even got to see the famous scene yet, Nom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that scene hasn't. Okay.
I mean, we've got to see some of it. You know, this is obviously like the famous Yurichi. You know,
but that's not the scene.
No, the scene is more cat-like. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, just imagine the way a cat stretches.
I've seen the picture. Okay. Believe me, the picture's been circulated for the past 20 years.
We haven't seen that yet. So,
okay.
I can't imagine how much budget they're gonna put into that. Considering how much they put into Kisuke
the first half of the
ass.
budget just went into like that, and then the rest of the episode, and then the rest of the budget's going into that, and then they're literally getting a whole nother Cour's worth of budget just to actually do everything else that they're doing.
They know you know, they know what the fans want. You know, they want Yurichi. So
yeah, that's why they're not rushing. They're taking their time.
But yeah, you're reaching this form. She's so cool. Even though like Nam said, she's like literally a cat. Even though like she has a cat form where she's like the black cat or whatever. But this is like a hybrid form, right? And a more badass form. But like she literally stops and like does cat things. Like she will be like cleaning herself, like licking her, paws and
She
shit.
she literally acts as a cat.
Yeah.
Like her entire human autonomy is gone, and like she's even getting distracted by catnip and
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff, and
In a
yeah, she's
way,
she's just a cat.
it kind of reminds me of like Luffy in his free form, right? Like that's kind of what she is in a way, except for it's like in her cat form. It's just like she gets like so sidetracked sometimes, like because that's what cats do, right? Like they see a fast movement over here. What are they gonna do? They're gonna go after it, and then they're gonna stop all of a sudden and lick their fur or whatever, right? Like Nom should know. He's a cat owner, so
They do that all the time,
he knows how
especially at
sporadic
three
they
o'clock in the
are.
morning.
Yeah, he knows how
Fucking
sporadic they are.
crackheads.
So I think that they're doing I think it's cool to see how they portray Yorichi in this form. So, um, but also not to mention that like in this form, like she's basically a perfect counter to someone like Nock, because she actually her energy actually changes 48 times per second, which means he can never fully become immune to her attacks. Which means she has the ability to, kill him basically.
Yes.
Whereas everyone else is going to struggle because eventually he becomes immune to whatever they're cooking up. You know what I mean? Unless your name is what's his name? Kurisuchi, right? Like maybe he could cook something up, but who knows? But yeah. So that was a pretty fun fight. And like I said, Yuriichi, like she just like shit on him pretty much, like hit him for a final attack and all that stuff, like just basically dog walked him. And but the issue is he still comes back, and he's entered his final form. His I forget what they call it.
He
Wonder.
even said it too.
Well, I mean, I know what it's like the Haas Hein or something like that. But what is the Quincy's their Bankai? Do you remember what the word is? It's like the Wonder Rights or some shit, ain't it?
No, that's the name of the like the group.
Okay, Quincy Bankai. Oh, the Volstandig.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm pretty sure that's what this form is. It's just like Volstandig. And it's like the Heis Han or some shit, I think is what he said. But like it's his other form. It's like his advanced form, right? And like he comes back into that. And that's all fine and dandy, except for the fact that Yuriichi is literally like at 5 minutes already. You know, like it's coming to an end, and you can tell it's coming to an end. So the question is now, Nam, does Kisuke Uehara, Mr. Hatclogs himself, does he have something else up his sleeves? Or are they in major trouble now? What do you think?
I think he's gonna find something and pull it out of his sleeve, because he always seems to do that.
Mr. Asspool himself. That's why Ichigo can be so strong. It's because because of Mr. Handclogs.
Don't try and give Ichigo any slack. That man is literally a walking plot hole.
So is Mr. Handclogs, right? He's helped you out so
Uh
many times.
to an extent, you can get away with writing off someone being super smart. You can't write off somebody literally ass pulling every fucking power that they need at the most perfect time to save the day every single time.
Oh, you don't even know I don't even think you know the full extent of what you just said. How even worse it gets. So
I can only imagine. I have one guess of where it's gonna go,
just wait and
and I'm not
see.
even
Yeah.
gonna say it.
Which of course this will be like the later end of the season, but yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about probably. So
I'll probably prove myself right, is what I'm hearing.
yeah, he is Mr. Ashful himself. So, but anyways, that's pretty much it for this episode. For this episode of Bleach. It was pretty. It was a pretty good introduction back. So,
Yeah.
I do find it
No,
funny that people literally got divorced over this episode when they watched it in theaters. I can see why now. After finally watching it, I can see why.
yeah, I mean, I watched it on a 27-inch screen. I can only imagine a fucking 65-inch, like, IMAX theater screen.
The bounce, bro. Like what? What was they thinking, bro? Okay. Anyways,
they knew damn well what they were thinking.
and then you got Orihime over there, man. What are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't
Honestly,
that big in the manga, so
she's an afterthought.
she got the Nami treatment.
She's an afterthought. Um, so yeah, no, absolute banger though. Um, just even action aside, like action only, right? Like this was an absolute banger of an episode to come back to. The animations, they were super crisp and clean and stuff like that all throughout. The effects really highlight like popped out and stuff like that. I was really glad to see it come back finally.
Come back on the same level too, right? Like,
I would say
so
even better.
yeah.
Like
I
it's not that
mean,
they'd slacked off
obviously,
previous ones, but like they definitely stepped it up for at least this episode. We'll see what happens with later episodes.
the amount of love that Yorichi's ass cheeks got.
It wasn't even that either, right? No, just even like the portal
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
effects that we got when God, I can't remember his name ever.
Which one?
Hang on, I'm
Jugrim?
pulling it up here.
Oh, you
No,
talking about the big dude?
nope,
Oh,
nope.
hmm.
I'm talking about Uryu.
Oh, Ishida. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
even like
His
his
little
wings
arrow
and stuff
things.
like that,
Yeah,
and the arrows, like they
yeah.
just seem to be sharper and more defined this time, and that's probably just like seeing it recently type biasy, but
Yeah, maybe.
it definitely felt like there was more to it than what we had just seen, and yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely good. It was a great episode, honestly. Yeah, I'm so sad that we only got 10 episodes. I'm hoping that um like the later episodes, like the, finale or the last couple are like longer episodes, but who knows? Cuz I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what they Bleach has a tendency of doing a couple longer episodes. So, maybe we'll get that even though it's a short season. So,
The last few last like 2 or 3 episodes are going to be like an hour long.
I don't want all three of them an hour long, but I will take like a 45 and an hour though. So I mean they might have to, you know what I mean? So especially if they might add the like flash forward thing or whatever. So but yeah. Fun times. That's all I got for Bleach though.
Awesome.
We'll see what they cook up next episode. So
Yep. And then in the meantime, we'll go ahead and we'll get on with some Goat Piece.
mm-hmm.
Episode 1170. Get the Key. Luffy versus Scopper Gabbin.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts off with Scopper standing across from Luffy, ready to strike with the key in hand. He expertly dodges all of Luffy's attacks. And during all of this, we actually get to see more of Colin and the rest of the Straw Hats. And this is where Colin reveals, to much delight of Sanji, uh, his dad is actually a human.
Don't give Sanji any ideals, Mom. He don't need no ideals.
I don't need to give him the ideas. He's got them himself.
He
Yeah,
already
he gave himself the idea.
he wanted to be the pioneer. He's just sad that he didn't get to be.
But yeah, so he anyway, Sanji gets so excited at this part too. It's so great. He's like a little puppy dog.
Oh,
he's
man.
like, wait, a human with a giant?
It's possible.
But Scooper, he keeps taunting Luffy with the key, and he actually strikes him back with it. And this is our first time seeing Scooper actually use armament hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He coated the key in it before he ended up smacking Luffy.
Yeah. So,
and go ahead.
I thought this was like pretty cool because like this whole like leading up to that point where he actually hits Luffy or whatever, right? It seemed like I guess a friendly skirmish, I guess you could say. Like it was
like a game of keep away.
Yeah, they was like fighting each other, but they wasn't actually like trying to hit each other. It didn't seem like until that moment. Then you're like, oh, okay, like Scopper, he's like actually trying to, like hurt, like hit, actually hit. Luffy's not. Luffy's trying to grab the key, but Scopper is not. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see, pretty cool to see. So
oh yeah. But from there, Scopper finally had enough and decides to fight back against Luffy. He first starts by surfing the key right into Luffy's mouth.
Poor dude.
That was a pretty great scene.
Mm-hmm.
But from there, Scopper then actually picks up his axes, right, and starts like swinging them around. And he starts launching these hockey infused like slashes at Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really interesting to see because you didn't get a clear view of what it was in the manga. So to see it actually like realized and stuff like that, it definitely gives it a whole nother level to how awesome it was.
Yeah, it honestly makes Scopper look like a badass. And he is.
Yeah.
That whole scene, like that was badass, you know what I mean?
He looked like a badass before that scene was even in color, and just to have it colorized like further cements just how strong Scopper was.
Well,
right?
that too, and also the fact that like he started winding up his axes, right? And like Zoro's just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like Zoro got that face. He's like, oh shit, like this is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like I gotta, Luffy's not taking this serious. Luffy's playing around, and Scopper is like fixing to hit him with some serious shit, and like Luffy ain't seeing it, and Zoro's just like, man, I got to do something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
but yeah, no. So from there, Zoro, like you said, he senses it. He leaps up. He ends up blocking one of the strikes. Luffy dodges the rest, and you're just watching as like the castle is now falling apart because of all of this.
yeah, it was great. Like I think my mouth was open like the whole time I was watching it. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah. And at this point too, Scopper is like, yeah, he's got a pretty good crew.
Mm-hmm. I almost wonder if like he was like
testing
pushing them uh to the point that they got to, just to see if they was capable of handling Loki if he got out of hand. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So
I mean, what other reason could it be?
Playing around.
No.
I feel like that's his vibe too. It's like, yeah, let's just play a game real quick. I want to play.
No, Scott Bird definitely isn't like that. You can already like, yeah, he likes to have fun, but he's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna play around in that kind of a sense. Um, but Luffy now has enough and goes into his Gear 5 form.
Mm-hmm.
Cool little nod too. He ends up giving himself an axe to fight against him.
Uh,
And so he and Zoro end up charging at Scopper, and before they strike, Scopper's like, "All right, I surrender."
Jokes on y'all. I quit.
And he's like, "You have the key now. You actually won. You just didn't realize it yet, dummy." Um, by the way, once everything is all said and done, if Elbaph is still in one piece, come find me.
Which is an interesting thing to say, I kind of wonder what he means, but I guess we'll figure it out.
Uh, he's probably got something like some sort of information to give to him, right? Something that might help him out in the long term.
Maybe, yeah.
One other thing that happened too was he Gavin ended up making a remark about the straw hat, and Luffy's like, "Yeah, I'm just borrowing it from Shanks." And Gavin's like, "Oh, he didn't just give it to you? What a cheapskate." Luffy gets so mad. He's like, "You don't even know Shanks. You can't say that." Right after all of that, we get a flashback of Shanks meeting Scopper and telling him about Luffy.
He's like, trust me, you'll figure it out. You'll find out.
Yeah. We head over though, and the kids are at school. Some of them start to see something flying above, so they get the teacher. They head over to the sky to look, and turns out that the bird has already passed away, like passed by.
Mm-hmm.
But we know it as the bird that the God's Knights are on.
Mm-hmm. And Gunko controls.
Which means that they are in the area as
Mm-hmm.
everything is going on.
Yeah, we just wonder where they went to. So unfortunately, they have their eyes on the school. So
Yep. And keep in mind, at this point, it's still only Gunko and Shamrock.
mm-hmm.
And they have to try and figure out how to do all this. So, in order to attack the school, they need to bring some more knights. So, Gunko goes to summon a knight. And it turns out we actually get two of them.
Yeah.
Saint Somers of the Shepherd family. He was the first one we got introduced to that was kind of naked, I guess we'll say. He was
Yeah.
underdressed.
He's in his
And
tidy
then
waddies.
Saint Killingham of the Remo Shifu family.
And this one looks really cool. I'm assuming he's like a celestial dragon hybrid type thing or some shit.
Celestial Dragon God Knight who ate a devil fruit.
Yeah. Cause he's wearing like the fish tank thing or whatever, but he's actually like a dragon type thing, sorta, kinda. Like it's interesting.
Devil fruit.
Yeah, but
That
it's an
that is a devil
interesting
fruit.
design. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
especially with him running around while the other dude's just like, yeah, I need to get
standing there
dressed
or sitting there. Yeah.
before I get out of the house. He's like, what are you doing here in my home?
Not even realizing that they're actually on Elbaph now already.
Poor dude. He was just drinking a beer, probably.
But yeah, so two of the God's Knights end up there, and they're like, how did this happen? We only wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because Shamrock is called back home.
Yeah, we came. I have a feeling that we can't let Luffy have a chance of meeting someone who looks like Shanks. So,
Well, not only that, but the situation at home is getting pretty dire, and they need somebody to,
mhm.
rectify the situation.
Yeah.
Sadly, that just happens to also be Shamrock.
Mhm.
Um, and that is where that episode leaves off. So, heading into episode 1171, this one's a little bit shorter. Um, at least shorter, like plot wise.
Yeah.
Nami and Roto, they head back by themselves with two of the guards, treasureless.
Which they let us
Nami
know
com-
about. They let us know about it.
yes, Nami is very, very upset. She complains the entire time until they make it back to the party.
Like, damn treasure, damn thieves. Y'all knew this and y'all still made me walk all the way there. Why'd I even go there? The only reason why I went there was for treasure, diamonds, not Loki.
Yep, and the guards are like, treasure? Loki? What's going on?
He's like, Roto's like, what's your rare Nami? Please shut up. Please be quiet.
The fucking ultra rare shit. But no, so from there, we actually see Frankie, and he's learning more about Elbaph as well. They pass by where a giant village used to live. We say used to because it caught on fire. And here's the problem when it comes to Elbaph. It has two weaknesses: lightning and fire.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, Elbaph is just a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And trees are made out of wood, which burns.
Yeah, and very old trees burn even better. So
Yes. Which means they ultimately have to make sure that they take extra precautions and get any fires put out as quickly as possible. But what happens if you can't put out the fire?
mm-hmm.
You cut off the limb.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually see where a village used to be as well. Keyword being used to be. um we don't really learn much else. I assume that those giants would then migrate around, right, to other villages to live.
Yeah, unless they fail with it, if they're that brutal. I don't know. You know what I mean? Surely they
Yeah,
would get them. Surely they would evacuate them. You know what I mean?
I believe that they would have evacuated.
Yeah. So, but who knows? Elbaph, the giants are a different breed. They do things
They are very
differently.
prideful, yes.
So,
from there though, at the party, Usopp is too drunk and he decides to play matchmaker with Nami and Chief Jarl. He gets insulted when the chief says that he likes older women.
mm-hmm.
And so he ends up smacking the sword in his head.
We need more Usopp like this. This is the key to everything, Nam. If we want to beat the big baddies coming up, we have to get Usopp drinking.
He turns into Rock Lee. That'd be great. But no, from there, we actually see Brooke show up too, and Brooke is in full party mode as well.
Yeah,
he has his head where his pelvis is.
Yeah, it's his new belt buckle.
And he's like, what is it? Usopp's happy drunk. And Nami's like, yeah, so are you, idiot.
She's like, it would have been so good, Nam, if Nami would have said, I get rid of 2 idiots, I get 2 more idiots.
No, I think Nami's ultimately happy though that they're having fun because like Brooke, obviously he's always having fun, but Usopp never has fun. That man is scared of
always
everything.
Screaming. Yeah.
He is always under like duress.
But this is his home, right? This is what he's always been wanting, is, to visit the land of the warriors.
Yeah,
So,
this is a real dream come true for him,
mhm.
and Nami couldn't be happier for him.
Mhm.
Um, Sanji actually heads out to go look for Gerd, and in case if you're wondering what she was doing, she was busy interrogating Roto.
Poor dude.
No, he did it himself,
He did it for ultra rare Nami.
which is ultimately for himself.
You're not
Don't
wrong.
don't sugarcoat it
You're
now.
not wrong. So
Um,
he gets in trouble because of himself too, because the ultra rare Gerd.
yes, and Garrett ends up getting him to tell her about Loki and the
All this stuff,
treasure and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, poor dude.
Um, but we'll go back to the kids real quick. And the God's Knights are actually closing in. Last we see is they're actually approaching the school. And the kids are like, hey, what do you want? Probably not how I would have phrased it personally, but I get it. They're kids and they're still taller than these three God's Knights.
But I
Um
mean, surely they can see the aura, right? And they're just like, maybe
they're too
we
young to
shouldn't
know
mess
what
with these
aura is.
people,
They don't have JJK. They don't know what aura is.
Yeah, if Colin was there, they would know. You know what I mean?
Sung Jinwoo is Korean, not Japanese, all right? I'm sorry, Tyler.
Like I
They'll
said,
never know aura farming the same way that we do.
if Colin was there, I feel like Colin would be able to call out that, hey, we should not mess with these guys,
Or we should attack them.
or we should attack them. Yeah, which would be the wrong choice, but it is what it is. You gotta learn. You gotta learn from your mistakes, Nom. So,
Yes. No, so as they're all out in the distance, Summer smiles and the scene fades.
mm-hmm.
We go and check up on Luffy and Zoro, who arrive at the recently stabbed Loki. Zoro decides to give Loki a good quick kick to the chest to see if he's still alive.
Make sure he's not faking or anything, right?
Yes, and he does confirm the blood and the wounds are real. So he's satisfied. He's more than okay with letting him go. He decides to go ahead and unlock all but one leg restraints.
This is so crazy to me, by the way, because Zoro was just like, yeah, I need to ask him some questions. I need to figure out what's actually going on with Loki, what he actually, what he intends to do and all this stuff. And then he just goes up and kicks him and like he spits out blood. He's like, okay, he's good. He's not faking it.
Well,
It's
to be
okay.
fair, right? Like one of the other things that they were discussing was, okay, we need a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if we get a doctor, Luffy, we're gonna be kicked out. And Luffy's like, you know what? That's okay. I can live with that. And you know what? Like I can respect his decisions on that one. Um but as Luffy goes to find that doctor, right? He looks up and we see Hajrudin's ship literally like careening out of the sky straight towards them.
Yep.
And at this point, Luffy decides to use Gum Gum Balloon to save the crew and Sanji, mind you.
Yeah, Sanji's it surprised me because like all of a sudden Sanji just like crawls out of like the little like fur linings or whatever. He's like, "Don't worry, Gerd, I got you." Like, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, you gonna fucking catch her, buddy?
Catch her what? Catch her pinky? Shit.
um, but yeah, so the whole crew goes flying, and they all end up meeting up with Luffy. They thank him, and they're like, Don't unlock Loki. Whatever you do, do not.
He's very good at words and manipulation and telling you what you want to hear and all this stuff that he's already done to Luffy and apparently Zoro, even though he didn't do anything to Zoro at all. Zoro's just dumb. And
And the best part too is Luffy's face throughout all of it. He's just got that derpy look.
He's like, what? He's telling lies? What? Maybe he's not, you know?
No, that wasn't the look. He was like, I did something and I'm not supposed to tell you about it, but please don't ask because I don't want to tell you about it.
And then Zoro's like, too late.
Yeah, I already unlocked it.
Oh man, what a good episode, Nom.
It gets even better though, because we finally do get to see a scale of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Loki stands up. And he is such a giant that he is gigantic compared to other giants.
Mm-hmm.
He is like a literal tower over like Hajrudin, which was insane to see in scale.
Yeah. And also, like, I want to know whose ideal it was to leave his weapon close by. That way he could, if something ever was to happen, he could just like grab it and have it. Like, whose ideal was that? Are the giants stupid?
No, but when we get to the flashback, it'll be a really it'll make a lot more sense.
Okay.
And it'll be a really good idea then.
Well, all I know is that now he's got, for one thing, like Zoro and them, they should have seen it, you know, probably, and been like, hey, yeah, it's probably not a good idea deal to unlock both of his hands when there's a giant hammer laying here that he can like smash the chains of the other ones by, you know, at any time he wants to, right? So, I don't know. But anyways, good episode. I'm very interested to see what happens next, because it's going to be a shit show. As we got the God Knights attacking Elbaph, specifically the school, while Luffy and Zoro is apparently letting loose the demon of Elbaph at the same time. So, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Sounds like a recipe for a disaster.
You don't even know the half of it yet.
So, yeah. I don't even know if I want to see the next episode. It's gonna be so bad. But it's gonna be fun to see. So I can't wait. I literally can't wait. I gotta know. Hopefully they don't hit us with one of the bullshit side quests or whatever. So
no, we get into some stuff fairly quickly, and we're still not gonna get to the backstory, but I think the final episode we'll get is going to be setting up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's what happens, like, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to see some peaks soon. We're getting up there into the build up of, you know, I guess what Elbaph is about, I guess probably. And yeah, we're going to get to see what's going on. We're going to get to see what the objective is, what the problem is on Elbaph that needs to be solved by Luffy and them. So but yeah, definitely fun episodes. Both of them was. Uh, can't wait. Like I said, can't wait to see what happens next. So
yes, but that is all we have for Goat Piece.
Okay. Well, so you ain't got nothing else, right?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, I guess that is going to be it for the weekly rundown this week. As you know, we did not have a episode released last week. We was just too busy. To be honest with you, I was gonna do like a first impressions for the summer season last week, but like I said, I wasn't able to watch as much new anime as I'd hoped. So I do plan on trying to do something like that for next week though. Now that I have a little bit more time to dive into the summer season and actually watch more than a couple episodes of like a bunch of the shows that I want to watch. So I guess be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna try to do that for y'all next week. Little first impressions, like must watch, um, my must watches of the summer so far or whatever. Even though it's a little late, but it's fine. You know what I mean? And we'll be back with the rundown the week after. So, and then we'll see what happens after that. But anyways, thanks for listening. As always, make sure you rate us on the podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. We're on YouTube now. The videos for the rundown too, if you want to see it. Not just the DJ videos, all the videos are on there. Make sure you follow us on that. Linktree.com/anime Degens, and we will see you next week. Peace.